beginning of 2015 that if Al-Qaeda was version 1, with all due compliments to Microsoft, Daesh was version 5. We have, particularly in the last week, have had very significant focus on Daesh and have managed to inflict very severe damage on them. But again,
but the phenomenon... still there. A BBC team has been into Jalalabad.
No, of course they're there. But this, again, because we had to fight a war of survival, we could not focus as we had intended in the early stages. Daesh is 4 stages: orient, organize, decide, and act. And we had caught them at the stage of decision, first attack on them in Zabul. And that really put them on the defensive. But once we were fighting across the country, they had the opportunity.
The Taliban, with greater frequency and force, have been able to penetrate what's called the Ring of Steel around Kabul. What stops the Islamic State from penetrating that ring as well?
The difference is that Daesh has alienated the people to a remarkable degree. In Jalalabad, 700 former commandos that had retired from the army joined. We didn't have to spend a single penny on their training, and they've taken the action forward. Their atrocities, their pathological behavior to capture the news. Daesh is oriented towards making news and dominating headlines. There is the will, but of course, we're vulnerable because both new elements were added and old elements. And the combination of these produced an environment that was full of threats. What needs to be simultaneously understood, that almost with every threat, our security forces, within a relatively short period, have managed to regain the initiative and push them back.
It's a very dark moment for Afghanistan, a country which has already survived decades of war. Always a war that was focused on Afghanistan. Now Islamic State is dragging Afghanistan into a global jihad. People, this could be a point of no return.
It could be a point of no return for Daesh. We will bury Daesh. We are not going to sacrifice our prospects for other people's sake. Daesh is not the product of Afghanistan. It's not an Afghan phenomena. It needs to be dealt with, and it will be dealt with severely because our people will mobilize. The desire of our people, you know as well, is to breed. And we are not going to permit Daesh to rip our women's bellies, our elders, torture our women. This is just not going to be permitted. They have now confronted the wrong people, and they need to know the consequences.